Hey guys, I'm Kate. It is a beautiful sunny October day here in Pennsylvania, and I am sitting in my 1973 GMC Motorhome about to get into the first of many renovation projects I plan on doing to this thing. So this is the current situation we've got going on with the dash, which the dash refinishing is going to be my first project here. As you can see, the windshield and the back of this are flush with each other. So fortunately, because of this massive crack, the windshield is getting replaced here soon. So we'll have that out when I actually am ready to do most of the painting. The nice thing about these old GMCs is that there's a lot of information out there, message boards on the internet, what have you. Most people recommended not trying to pull the dash out to actually do any refinishing work, or you're on the risk of it coming out in 100,000 pieces, which I'm pretty sure this one would. It's been baking in some Arizona and New Mexico sun for 48 years. So as you can see, I've got these like cracks and chips and stuff that I'm gonna try to make look a little bit better. And we have a fabulous multicolored paint job here that I'm gonna even out the whole way around there. I have everything I need. I've never done anything like this before, so we will see how it goes. So I went in with my Dremel and just tried to carve out some of the area around the crack here. And I got some of these other ones sanded down a little bit. So now the plan is to just take my orbital sander and try to smooth some of that out before I use my epoxy and my dash filler. So for today, I'm just focusing on filling in the actual padded dash parts of the cracks. The rest of these is a bit loose, so I just sanded all of this down to where I can actually, hopefully, down in here, all of this is cracked and busted up. So when the windshield's taken out, I plan on trying to use my JB Weld and get these things both glued and screwed back down into place. And I got them sanded down here to where they should be pretty flush once I try to fill that in with my weld bond. So I know that what I just did is not the recommended way of filling these holes before using padded dash filler, but for all intents and purposes, pretty much everything I'm going to be doing in this GMC is just polishing a turd. So I am just trying to get these to hold up a little bit better, not crack any further, and try to level it out with the dash filler, so I can just get it looking a little bit better than what it did when I got it. All right. So as you can see, I sanded down the epoxy and then used my filler prep. This padded dash filler dries super quickly, so you have to work really fast. But even though it doesn't look like much, I think I got a pretty nice flush job there. As you can see, it dries super fast, so it started getting clumpy and chunky, but that's all right because I'm going to sand that down anyway. And as long as I got this pretty level and flush, I think you're not going to be able to tell once I get it sanded. All right, I've got these sanded down nice and smooth. I think it feels pretty good, looks pretty level. And in the meantime, I realized that I I've also got this little bit of padded dash to repair. This used to be hanging on there. I believe it was a bracket for a table originally, which I no longer have and wouldn't use anyway. So I've got dash filler on this, and while I'm waiting for that to set before I can sand it, I have the glove box out and I have that sanded down and I'm ready to start painting that. So I've got my little knob taped off. I've got everything sanded down and cleaned up. Somebody, I think, just took a paintbrush to it. It was a pretty clumpy paint job. So I've got my color coat here. I just kind of picked a random color, so I hope I like it. And I can get started painting this. And I've got 4 coats of SEM color coat on my glove box. And while I was at that, I took the liberty of painting the plastic inserts that go in the side panels on the driver's side and passenger side doors so that everything matches. All right, so after fighting with insurance for a while, it is now mid-November and my windshield is finally out. It is, of course, a very cold, windy day in Pennsylvania, but I can work with it. I've got the cover on here, but I've still got enough light to be able to do what I need to do. So now I can access all of this a little bit easier, what's down in here that I need to repair. So my first step will be to clean all of this out, get rid of as many of the loose bits as I can, and then I am going to use my plastic bonder in addition to a fiberglass resin kit to get all of this leveled out and ready to paint. Don't judge my terrible job. It is warm enough in here. We've got a little space heater running, and it's not super cold outside. It's in the 40s. The wind's what's a pain in the butt right now. But I've got all of these things secured. The biggest holes like this one, I put down a couple layers. This is a pain in the butt to work with. These little fibers are going all over the place and your gloves are getting sticky, which definitely wear gloves. So I have everything, all of the cracks. I've got multiple layers of fiberglass resin. This right here is actually the separated part, so I don't have that sealed. This is just a little overhang. But this should take 2 hours to cure at room temperature, and it's not quite room temperature. So I'm gonna have to come back and do the sanding another day, which is not a problem. I've got all weekend to work on this, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm only doing this for about a half an hour in a monitored situation, but it's probably dangerous, so don't do it. Obviously, it's no surprise that when I came back this morning, my fiberglass resin repair kit had not fully cured in some places because it is freezing cold out. I drove here in the snow. So I took some heat to everything, all the tacky parts, let that cure. And then I applied a thin layer of JB Weld plastic bonder over everything, let that cure. And I got everything sanded down as best as I can without compromising the integrity of the repair job. To be honest, considering all I've got going against me, like the weather, the fact that they're coming back to put the windshield in a few days and I still have to paint, and how bad this was cracked, I'm really not mad about how it turned out. It feels secure, it feels pretty smooth. So Tuesday should be a little bit warmer, a little sunnier. So looks like that's gonna be painting day. It's Tuesday, painting day. It's at least sunny, it's not snowing, it's not raining, so all of that is amazing. When I got here this morning, it was 32 degrees inside, which is obviously not ideal. I've been running a space heater for about 2 hours while I've gotten most of this side masked off already. I'm slowly getting the temperature up. Here goes nothing. I think I did it. My dad's outside. He's gonna help me get this moved to a better spot where they can access the windshield to get back in the morning. And I will take another shot of this once we get that all done. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
putting everything back together. And we've got the final project. I'm not unhappy about how it turned out. Some of the repairs you can obviously see, but at the end of the day, that's not moving anymore. And it looks a lot better than it did. I mean, all of this was completely shattered. So, this is what it looks like. Definitely one of those hot from far away situations. If you get up close, it's not the best, but I'm definitely happy with how it turned out. Now it's making this look a lot worse, but at least that piece will be able to come out when I'm ready to get to it. And now I know how to do a fiberglass resin repair and what not to do. And here's the view from the outside. Not too shabby. It's my RV. I guess my opinion's the only one that really matters. Project number 1 complete. If you found some entertainment value in all of this, there will be many, many more projects that I don't know how to do yet on the horizon. So, stay tuned.